Hi, I'm Emerson Smith, and I will be presenting a Pechacucha on cave bacteria. My advisors for this project were Dr. Thomas and Dr. Beebe. I'll start the presentation by talking about caves and the bacteria that live in them, and then I'll move on to the uses we can have for these bacteria, like the development of new antibiotics. First, what is a cave? A cave is an underground void, specifically one that is large enough for a human to enter. Caves are most often formed when rocks, such as limestone, are eroded by running water. Caves can be a variety of sizes and are found all across the globe. Cushman Blowing Cave, shown here, is only about 20 minutes from the Lyon campus. While many images of caves feature only rock formations, caves can also be home to a wide variety of organisms, including mammals like the bat in the bottom left, amphibians like the salamander in the top left, insects like the crickets or spider in the top right, and tons of invisible organisms, called bacteria. Bacteria are single-celled organisms that have a cell wall but do not contain any membrane-bound structures known as organelles, such as a nucleus or mitochondria. While individual bacteria are not visible to the naked eye, colonies of bacteria are visible, as seen in the picture on the right. Bacteria can be found on virtually any surface on Earth, including inside our bodies. Since bacteria are so small, they are not able to eat like we are. Instead, they have had to develop other ways to get energy. When light is present, some bacteria can perform photosynthesis, which is the use of light to make energy. In the absence of light, such as in a cave, some bacteria can perform chemosynthesis, which is the use of chemicals to create energy. So, why should we care about how bacteria live? Due to their small size and different way of producing energy, bacteria may seem irrelevant to humans. However, bacteria play an important role in our lives in several different ways. Studying organisms like bacteria can provide us with insight about life in many different contexts. First, studying bacteria can provide us with new information on how life developed on Earth. Scientists know that the first organisms were likely small and simple, like bacteria. By learning about bacteria and other similar organisms that are alive today, we can apply our knowledge to build a better understanding of the way life began. The second way studying bacteria can be helpful is in the search for life elsewhere in space. As we learn more about the different ways bacteria and other small organisms survive, we can discover more molecules that signal the presence of life. These signal molecules can then be used in the search of signs of life throughout space. The third way studying bacteria can be helpful is by providing insight into issues being faced in the medical world, such as how to treat infections or how to avoid being infected in the first place. Some bacteria even generate molecules that kill other bacteria, and these molecules have the potential to be useful for treating patients who have been infected. An antibiotic is a molecule that is harmful or deadly to bacteria. Antibiotics are essential in healthcare because they can be used to treat bacterial infections such as tuberculosis, strep throat, or pneumonia. Unfortunately, antibiotics are overprescribed, and this can lead to the development of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Antibiotic resistance occurs when a bacteria evolves a way to protect itself from an antibiotic that used to be harmful. Treating antibiotic-resistant bacteria can be very difficult because drugs that are frequently prescribed will no longer be effective in fighting the infection. Because of this, stronger antibiotics may have to be used, and this can come along with some serious side effects. Antibiotic resistance can spread directly from bacteria to bacteria, or spread between humans when an infected individual passes a resistant bacteria to an uninfected individual. It can also spread when an animal gets infected with a resistant bacteria, and meat from that animal is consumed by humans without being properly prepared. Antibiotic resistance is growing at a concerning rate. According to the CDC, 2.8 million Americans will be infected by an antibiotic-resistant bacteria each year, and 35,000 of these individuals will die as a result of this infection. Despite the number of antibiotic-resistant infections increasing, the rate of development of new antibiotics has drastically decreased. In order to overcome antibiotic-resistant infections, we must rapidly develop new antibiotics. To do this, we can modify current antibiotics or synthesize entirely new antibiotics. However, both of these processes can take a very long time. Another option is to discover new antibiotics being produced in nature. Some bacteria have evolved the ability to produce antibiotics as a way to fight against other bacteria that are competing for resources. As we discover new bacteria in caves, We can test them to see if they're producing any antibiotics that could possibly be utilized to treat bacterial infections. This method of antibiotic discovery has been successful in the past. Several well-known antibiotics were originally created by bacteria, such as tetracycline, which is used to treat pneumonia, rifamycin, which is used to treat tuberculosis, or neomycin, which can be found in Neosporin. Antibiotics are not the only way bacteria can be used, however. Bacteria also have several other medical uses. These include production of biologically significant molecules, such as insulin or other hormones, the development of new cancer treatments, and the production of vaccines to protect against viruses or other bacteria. The uses of bacteria don't stop here, though. One of the other major uses of bacteria is in food production. Because of their ability to ferment, bacteria are an essential component to the production of several important foods that require fermentation. These foods include yogurt, vinegar, beer, wine, and my favorite, cheese. Finally, bacteria have several commercial uses. These uses can include developing chemicals for pest control, degrading petroleum products, or protecting plants from pest consumption. As you can see, there's an abundance of ways we can use bacteria to improve our lives, and because of this, we should continue looking into what bacteria can do. Lastly, here are my references. Thanks for watching my Pechakucha about cave bacteria. I hope you all were able to learn something new about bacteria and their many uses, especially in the world of antibiotics. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at emerson.smith@lion.edu.